Should be live. Come on. Hello, everybody. There we go. We're live, finally. So, we have got a lot to talk about, actually. 3 minutes out from the game, but I'll talk about some of the things while the game goes on. AFC Wimbledon, I follow. But anyway, the bulk of the content that I'm going to talk about pretty much surrounds the new manager, Mark Robinson. By the way, I have to be quiet because I don't want to wake my parents up because it is 7 o'clock in the morning right now, and yeah, that's fun. I gotta wake up 6:45 for this game. What I usually do is I wake up at like 6:40, 6:45, set up the stream, and then eat breakfast at halftime or something. But yeah, here we go. I'm gonna pull up the iFollow. Perfect. Here we go. I'm going to pull up the lineups as well so I can talk about that. Okay. Interesting. They're playing a 4-2-3-1, AFC Wimbledon are, and I like that quite a bit, actually. I know they're used to playing a 3-5-1 or a 3-4-3 every now and again. Mainly a 3-5-2 back a few seasons back. But I like that they're playing a 4-2-3-1. I don't know if this is a permanent move or if this is because Peterborough are playing a 3-4-3 with Smodics, Dembele, and Clark Harris as their front three. That's a pretty strong front three. So I don't think a 3-5-2 would work in that case. They would probably concede at least 2 goals, but especially considering their defensive woes and their defensive tendencies that they've had this season. So I like that they're playing a 4-2-3-1 here. Guinness Walker left back and Luke O'Neill as the right back usually plays a center back role, an outside center back role though. So I don't think he's going to be a fish out of water as an outside back here. And then Nightingale and Johnson as the 2 center backs. Dobson and Woodyard as the holding mids. I like that they're playing the holding mid role here. They're more defensive, I'd say. And then Rodoni, Chislett, and Longman, just all 3 of them have the ability to break a defensive line using their pace and their flair. Jack Rodoni, more of a flair type of character, and Chislett and Longman more just using their pace. And I like that Longman's playing on the outside mid. He has a little bit less freedom than if he were to play striker, but I do think that he shines in the outside mid role. More so than a striker. And then Joe Pigott, main striker, going to be locking it down for us in the striking position. When he's played well this season, whenever he's had the ball, he has been very clinical, but he hasn't really had the ball too much. Hopefully he does receive the ball more because he is a very dangerous player. And yeah, that's what I think about this particular starting lineup. Again, I have to be quiet, so I'm not going to be too loud here. And let's get into some of the talking points that I wanted to get into, actually. First and foremost, their most recent run of form, their past 10 games or so, they've only won 1 out of their last 10. I haven't covered their last few games, like the match against Wigan, MK Dons, Doncaster. Those last 3 matches I haven't covered. They haven't played too badly, actually. The match against Doncaster, from what I remember, Doncaster were just too good. Honestly, they just pinned us back, and we didn't have any real clear-cut chances. We only had 1 shot on target out of 13, and it just really wasn't fun. Against MK Dons, it was a little bit more of a boring fixture, not as many chances created from either side, but MK Dons were just more clinical. And then the game against Wigan played really well, created a lot of chances, and it was nice to see Jack Rodoni getting on the score sheet. I think for the first time this season, he's been a chance creator, and he has taken a lot of shots from outside the 18, but he hasn't really gotten in that final third, hasn't really gotten that final chance. and nice to see him on the score sheet. And then Joe Pickett, of course, scoring 2 goals of his own. Um, yeah, and then the main talking point here is the new manager, Mark Robinson. Glenn Hodges has been set, which is a bit of a surprise. I didn't think they would sack Glenn Hodges midway through the season, but now that I can't speak right now. Now that I think about it, I think that move was not a bad one. I mean, he wasn't a terrible manager, but I feel like he just wasn't strict enough with the players. I noticed that in some of the post-match interviews, when AFC Wimbledon, when they played well, he gave the credit to the players, but when they didn't play well, I feel like he was too optimistic. I gotta say, he wasn't realistic enough about the situation. Like if they were played poorly, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, well, they could have done better," but he never like outright said that the other team got lucky or that Wimbledon should have won the game when they deserved to lose or anything like that. But I just feel like he wasn't strict enough, and he didn't really have as good of a kinship with the team as I don't know. It's hard to explain, but anyway, the new manager Mark Robinson, I do like him quite a bit. I've seen some interviews, and he seems like a very nice guy. And I mean, Glenn Hodges is too, but the difference between Mark Robinson and Glenn Hodges is that I feel like he's going to have more of a connection with the team. And a couple things I like about Mark Robinson too is that he focuses on the future, doesn't focus on the past. Anyway, as I say that, a through ball in from I don't know who actually. I need to pull up the team sheet here so that I don't say number 9 for Peterborough, number 10 for Peterborough. There's a through ball played in there, but it was well defended. But anyway, what I like about Mark Robinson, he doesn't focus on the past. He's always focused on the future. He got asked a question about Glenn Hodges in one of the interviews and how like the team in the past was doing. He's like, you know what, I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on the future. And he has this thing where he also doesn't focus too much on the opposition. He wants the team to focus on themselves, their own strengths, their own weaknesses. And he has this 80-20 system. 20% he focuses on the other team, like, the team watches film and whatnot. But the other 80% is just purely focused on them, on the team's performance and the team's morale, the team's chemistry. And I feel like this is going to be a good move, at least temporarily, because he is the interim manager. So until we find someone, I feel like it's a good move. Pulling up Mark Robinson from the academy team onto the first team, I do like this. So we'll see how that pans out, and we'll see how the rest of the season pans out for AFC Wimbledon. That being said, AFC Wimbledon on the ball here. Guinness Walker on the left-hand side, making a bit of a run from the back four. We're going to be seeing quite a bit coming up from the back four. Luke O'Neill's more of a defending outside back. Intercepted, though, as Chislett tried to make a mover on the defender, and someone caught him out. Throw in for Peterborough. And let's see. Yes, sorry, that might have been a bit of a late response. You might have posted that. I don't know. You might have posted that a little bit ago, but yeah, Harrison, Shannon Harrison, actually. I don't know too much about him. I know he is an academy player, though. It's always nice to see academy prospects come up. Jack Redoni is a perfect example. Came up from the academy, has played fairly well this season. Obviously, he was in the first team last year too. He just didn't have too much shine, didn't have too much exposure. But Redoni playing very well this season, has been one of the key pieces for us offensively. Even though he only has 1 goal, he's been a very solid chance creator for us. So I don't know too much about Shannon Harrison, like I said, but we'll see if he does come on at some point, and we'll see if he impresses. Yeah, George Dobson too. I want to see how he does, because I think from what I remember last game against Wigan, he had a bit of a defensive howler. I think he gave the ball away pretty cheaply for a Wigan goal. So, that's not indicative of his skill, though. I know George Dobson is a fairly decent midfielder, and hopefully locks it down for us today, especially since he actually is playing a center defensive midfield role. Anyway, 1-2 played from Peterborough, pass to the outside, pass back to the inside of the 18-yard box on the ground there, but well defended. by Will Nightingale. Got to pull up the lineup again. I was looking up Shason Harrison, but I got to pull up the lineups again. Here we go. Ball over from number. I can't see the number. Give me the number. Come on. I want to see the number for Peterborough. Okay, it's okay. The game doesn't like me. It's all good. Number 12. Reese Brown. It was fouled by Ethan Chislett as he was trying to make a move around him. 6 minutes in. 6 minutes in, by the way. Let me put the timer here. Ball played to the right. Oh, boy, that looked a little dangerous. There was a ball over the top to the right-hand side there. Played over Nesta Guinness-Walker there. A cross played on the ground there, but luckily Sam Walker was able to cut it out. Sometimes as a goalkeeper, those balls across the 6-yard box are scary because it's like, do I try to beat it out or do I leave it? Because if I try to beat it out, then there might be somebody waiting for me there. But Sam Walker just scooped it. He like put his arm down, slid it across the ground, and just kind of caressed the ball with his left hand and held on to it. Good goalkeeping there. That honestly, I can say as a goalkeeper myself, I have experienced that every now and again. It is scary anytime a ball goes down the 6-yard box like that. Anyway, ball on the left-hand side here for Peterborough once again. I do think they're going to have the lion's share of possession here, probably about 70%, as AFC Wimbledon do like to sit back, but Peterborough, as a side, very strong. Ooh, another 1-2, this time played around the left-hand side, and a ball was played down the 6-yard box once again. But this time it was cleared out by Johnson. Corner kick for Peterborough. A little scary already. Peterborough starting to create. They haven't had a clear-cut chance yet, but they're creating already. And I hope this is not going to be foreshadowing for what's about to come in the future, because Peterborough do look very good right now. And especially at this point in the season, Wimbledon, as usual, starting off the season well, but then middle of the season they just fizzle out. It's happened the past few seasons or so where they come out of the gates flying, and then all of a sudden they're in the relegation zone. Anyway, ball intercepted by Joe Pigott. On the right-hand side is Jack Redoni trying to make a move. Nutmegs the guy. He's going to continue his run, but number 15 cuts him out from behind. Smodix, very good tackle from behind to cut out Jack Redoni, who was surging in towards the 18-yard box. But he finds the ball once again, forced to reset the play, though, to Johnson. I really want to see Jack Redoni shine, honestly. I mean, he already has played well this season in terms of chance creation, like I said, but only scored once this season, and that was last game against Wigan. It was kind of a scrappy goal. It was like a accidental back heel off of a ground cross, but, a goal's a goal. He finally got himself on the score sheet. And I would like to see more from Jack Redoni. Let me see if I can pull this on another tab here, so I don't ignore you guys anytime you post something, because I had the YouTube chat pulled up on the same window as the AFC Wimbledon game. So I'm gonna have the team sheet and the live stream on one tab or one window, and then the game on another. I think that's the best setup to go about here. So, I really want to go to a game, honestly, but for one, COVID, right? What I was planning to do is I was planning to go to AFC Wimbledon's first ever game at Plough Lane. I was planning on flying over to England. I mean, that's not the only reason why I'm going to go. I'm actually going to go, tour. I'm going to go, I was planning on going to London, Suffolk, Cambridge, Leicester, Manchester, Liverpool, all those areas. Maybe even stop in Scotland, maybe, because Scotland is very, very ancient. They have a lot of castles over there, and it's a pretty nice area to visit. But that didn't happen. Obviously, AFC Wimbledon don't have, because London is a very COVID-heavy city. They don't have any seating. I think a couple of spots in the Actually, I don't know if Football League One has any teams that are hosting games, but the championship and up they are hosting games. So maybe next season I'll go to the very first game at Plough Lane that'll allow fans. I'm actually going to be going to Europe this August. I'm going to be visiting Germany, Netherlands, and Belgium. So maybe I can make a stop in the UK. Maybe I can delay my ooh, good through ball played down to the left hand side for Peterborough. Oh God, uh, that looked scary at first because who was that? Luke O'Neill got nutmegged at first by one of the wingers there for Peterborough, but luckily Nightingale. I think no, it was either Nightingale or Johnson. I couldn't quite see, but one of them cut it out corner kick. But anyway, I'm gonna go to Europe in August and maybe even delay my trip back home for about a week just to see AFC Wimbledon's first game at home. Hopefully their first game of the season will be at home, so I don't have to delay it by another week. We'll see. Ooh, corner kick. Nobody won the header at first, so it just bounced in the 12-yard area and free header for somebody. But heading the ball when the ball's coming up is a very difficult task to say the least, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. Yeah, so far in these 12 minutes, Wimbledon have not really had any clear-cut chances yet. Obviously they are a type of team that'll sit back and counter, but they haven't had any clear-cut chances yet. Ball played up from George Dobson, tries to find Joe Pigott. Keeper claims. Yeah, we're going to be seeing that every now and again this game. We're going to be seeing Wimbledon, if they can't break Peterborough's back line, they're going to try to force something. Maybe not play kickball every single time, but with Joe Pigott as that lone striker, I think we're going to be seeing Wimbledon try to play it up to him every now and again, and he can maybe play the hold-up play for the two outside mids. Anyway, Wimbledon won the header from the goal kick, and Johnson made a run forward, and he actually played a ball over to Rodoni, and Rodoni held it up. He took a crack at goal there. Looked like a decent effort there, but it was collected there by the goalkeeper just outside the 18-yard box. That's what you like to see from Jack Rodoni. He is the type of guy that will try to find any sort of space, really, to try to have a go at it. And luckily for Peterborough, it wasn't one of the best shots from Rodoni. It was decent power, but it was kind of right at him. The goalkeeper, what's his name? I don't want to just keep saying. Christy Pym, that's his name. Ooh, nice move there from Guinness Walker. Just split two defenders. Gets it over to Woodyard, who gets it over to the right-hand side. Dobson on the ball here in the center. Finds Rodoni again, holding the ball up. Plays it to Longman on the left. Longman takes a crack at it over the bar. Ooh, that was a good opportunity there, but I think that was Longman's weak foot there. Longman is playing on the right-hand side, but this time he made a run to the left there. And, yeah, not too confident with his weak foot there. To be fair to him, the defender was pressing there, so good first touch from Longman, but the shot was taken a little bit too late as the defender was coming over to pressure. So the shot was over the bar, but good play there from Wimbledon. I expected Joe Pigott to be the hold-up player, but I jinxed myself there because on two separate occasions, Rodoni was the hold-up player there. One, he took a touch and fired at a goal, and then the second there, he held it up for Ryan Longman. Played a very good ball over to Longman inside the 18-yard box there. Ethan Chislett with the header clear from Peterborough cross. Interesting. I thought it'd be somebody else there, but Chislett on the defensive end there too. Up and down stuff, end-to-end stuff from Ethan Chislett. That's what you like to see. He's not much of a defender, though. Now Peterborough trying to find something, knocking it about their back three, not really finding. Wimbledon playing some good press here. They're not playing high press necessarily, but they're cutting off a lot of the passing opportunities right now. Forcing the ball back to the goalkeeper, hoofs it upfield. Header won there by Will Nightingale. But it ends up back to the Peterborough goalkeeper anyway. Not quite, but that general vicinity. Yeah, so I might sound like a okay. I'll hold that thought. Peterborough find themselves on the left hand side there. Good tackle from George Dobson to cut it out, but there was a person on the left hand side. There was Smonix making a bit of a run there. Good tackle from Dobson to cut that out. But ball's found on the left hand side there. Once again, cut out this time by Luke O'Neill. Anyway, I'm gonna sound like a broken record when I say this because I know for those of you that watch my streams, notably Whale Rider 08, he's my biggest fan. It seems. I don't really have very many viewers anyway, but for those of you coming in, I'm going to sound like a broken record for those viewers that already watch me, but AFC Wimbledon, big fan of them. I've been a fan of them ever since I played as them in FIFA 16 career mode. Actually, that's when I first got my exposure to them. It wasn't through their story of getting bought out by MK Dons and resurging, by having the fans fund a club and coming up from the ninth division. I only found out about that after I started playing FIFA 16 career mode, and they were the lowest ranked team in the game. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna play as them and see if I can get them promoted to the Premier League. But anyway, I became a full-fledged supporter. I started following them after playing FIFA 16 career mode, but I became a full-fledged supporter after that story. And as I speak there, number 10 for Peterborough, making a bit of a run there on the left-hand side. He beat Luke O'Neill and looked very dangerous there, number 10. Dembele. Anybody that has the name Dembele, you know they're going to be dangerous. But anyway, yeah, I became a full-fledged supporter ever since I found out about their story. And the very first game that I ever watched on iFollow was AFC Wimbledon versus Wycombe Wanderers in the 2018-2019 season. That was the game after they tied Luton Town in the last minute. I was sitting in class at college. Looked scary there. Corner kick was headed away for a long shot opportunity there, but blocked away for a throw in there from Smodic, the shot coming in from Smodic. But anyway, I was sitting in class. I'm like refreshing the page constantly. It was 2-1 to Luton. And then I see 90 plus 4, AFC Wimbledon 2-2. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. That felt good. Luton were at the top of the table too. They were at home too. They were expected to blow Wimbledon out of the water there, and fair play to Aaron Ramsdale. He was the savior for our team there. Made several key saves in that particular game, as well as other games in that season. I'd say Aaron Ramsdale was maybe not the sole reason why AFC Wimbledon stayed up that season, but he was definitely a factor. And yeah, the season after that was the season right before COVID. No, it was the COVID season, 2019-2020. Yeah, 2019-2020 was the season that COVID hit in March, and they were able to stay up by one place, and Tranmere Rovers went down. I remember watching that game against Tranmere, and that was a relegation battle, and that was the worst game of the season easily. The game that they played against Tranmere, they created absolutely nothing. Tranmere outclassed them in every way, and I remember that was like the lowest point of the season. I'm like, we can't even play well against goddamn Tranmere Rovers. Like, we're gonna get relegated. But they held strong, as they usually do in the end of the season. Beginning and the end of the season, that's when they play well. AFC Wimbledon, but the middle of the season is what really gets to them. It's just they can't play well for an entire season, and that is what prevents them from making a push to the top 7, let alone the top 10, honestly. But I say top 7 because I'm a bit of an optimistic fan. But I really thought that they could make a push for the top 7 this season. I said that in the beginning streams, in the stream against MK Dons, or in the previous recap videos I made, the videos I made, the 2-2 against Doncaster, the first game at Plough Lane. I thought that was going to be like the beginning of a push to the top 7, but it seems to me like after they returned to Plough Lane, that's when they got into their mid-season slump. Not to say that was correlated with the return to Plough Lane. Those two things are mutually exclusive, but Yeah, we'll see. Now they're just fighting for relegation here, and if I pull up the standings here, I want to see if I can keep up with the other games. Football League. Don't worry about the game right now. There hasn't really been much happening in these past 10 minutes or so. Anyway, Swindon losing to Crewe Alexandra. Crewe Alexandra are a decent side, to be fair. I thought they would be relegated, or at least be in the relegation contention after getting promoted from last season. But they are a good side. They're a very strong mid-table side. They are winning against Swindon Town 1-0 at the moment. Burton losing 1-0 to Sunderland. That's not really a surprise there. Sunderland are a decent side, but they've been hard stuck in the Football League One for the past few years or so. They just haven't, they haven't been consistent enough. They're a strong side, but they're not consistent enough. I think that's just the word for them is inconsistency. 0-0 Wigan, 0-0 Rochdale, 0-0 Shrewsbury. So decent results so far. Wimbledon are 1 point ahead of Wigan Athletic, who are the topmost spot in the relegation zone. Still a very scary situation here. I'd be fine with a point here at Peterborough, and then maybe they can build off it in their next game when they play against Gillingham. Yeah, Gillingham. They've had a very good record against Gillingham these past few seasons. They did lose their last match against Gillingham. Oof. There was a cross from Nestiginus Walker there on the left-hand side that was headed out. Joe Piggott touched it with his chest, volleyed it with his laces there from outside the 18, just over the bar. It wasn't that close. It was probably about 5 to 10 feet over the bar there, but actually no, it was to the side. It was like over the bar and to the side there from Joe Piggott. But that's what you like to see. You want to see Joe Piggott on the ball there. Any chance that Piggott will have, he will make a meal out of it, or at least, make an appetizer at least. That was an appetizer for Joe Piggott. That was like fish and chips, if you will. Just foreshadowing about what's to come if he were to get the ball once again. Joe Piggott, a very dangerous player once he's on the ball, very dangerous player. If you give him a chance, if you give him an inch, he will take a mile. So hopefully he'll have a couple more of those chances later in the game. And I do think that Joe Piggott will find the ball more here, especially with this 4-2-3-1 that Wimbledon are playing. Jack Rodoni on the left, Longman on the right, Chislett in the middle. I do think that they're going to be the chance creators, and they're going to try to find Piggott or, Rodoni or Longman. They're very pacey individuals. They can create a chance for themselves potentially. So we'll see what happens. I do like this 4-2-3-1, and I hope this 4-2-3-1 works for the future. I feel like the 3-5-1, obviously, 3-5-1 is a dangerous formation to play in general, really. But two reasons why I don't think that's going to work for the long term. One, defensive woes. We've been very inconsistent defensively. And two, Dobson and Woodyard playing as the center defensive mid roles in the 4-2-3-1. I do think it's a lot better than the 3-5-1, where they're playing just more of a center midfield role in general. I do think that giving them defensive roles will give them, more of a duty, more of a responsibility to defend. And I do think that both of them defend fairly well. Alex Woodyard, when he played in the 3-5-2, he was up and down the pitch, but he didn't really create too many chances. He was more of a player that would cut out the danger, cut out the attack anytime the other team would have an attacker like on the wing or something coming down the field. Woodyard would cut it out. Very good defensive players, both of them. So I do like this formation, and I do hope this is going to be a good long-term formation for them. It could just be a one-time thing because, like I said, Peterborough are playing a 3-4-3, but I do like this 4-2-3-1 coming out from Wimbledon. Nestiginus Walker on the left-hand side, booting it up to Jack Rodoni, who doesn't win the header, but does press the other player there. The ball kind of went up, and he's like, "Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Oh, there's the ball." So he ended up pressing the other player out for a throw-in for Wimbledon here. Let's see what they can create. Plays it to Piggott, who tries to hold it up and play a through ball to Jack Rodoni first time, but throw in. And Rodoni throwing his arms up in the air like, come on, man, give me a better ball. Yeah, not too much to comment on this particular game. I mean, the first 10 minutes were fairly entertaining, more so on the side for Peterborough, though. They were the team that were creating chances. Wimbledon creating a couple of chances, not clear cut. There were 2 chances from Rodoni, one shooting from outside the 18-yard box, and one playing it over to Ryan Longman, a through ball to Ryan Longman on the left-hand side, who booted it over the bar with his weak foot. You would like to see Longman finish that one, but it was his weak foot, to be fair. And then Joe Piggott with that chest volley from outside the 18. So, Wimbledon creating chances still. But Peterborough still looked to be the more dangerous side out of the two. O'Neal on the right-hand side plays a... Oh! Inches away. Luke O'Neal playing that ball inside the box. Ryan Longman getting a header from around the penalty spot, just inches wide of the left post there. So I take that back. I said Peterborough are the more dangerous side right now, but Wimbledon have created more chances than Peterborough, actually. More clear-cut chances so far. Peterborough, have been playing the 1-2s around the left-hand side, around the right-hand side, playing the ball inside the box, forcing a couple of saves out of Sam Walker, forcing a couple of defensive plays from Wimbledon to get it out for a corner or throw-in, for example. But in terms of the shots on goal right now, I think Wimbledon are creating more chances in that respect. And hopefully they can put one away eventually. This is looking good. I like what I'm seeing here, especially against a tough side like Peterborough. Maybe not as good of a defensive side as they are an offensive side, but Wimbledon are doing a good job of at least trying to nullify. They're not fully nullifying Peterborough right now, but they're doing a good job of keeping their defenders back a little bit, even though they are playing the ball like inside the box every now and again. They're not much of an aerial team. They like to play around the back, play a through ball every now and again. But Wimbledon, I feel like they do a better job of defending those kinds of teams rather than the aerial battles. They have a hard time with the aerial battles for whatever reason. They cannot deal with the teams that play the ball in the box and head it down for the knockdown, the second chance. They don't really defend well against that. And every now and again, they do get caught out with a through ball, but yeah, it's just what I've noticed. That's not to say that they're not going to get caught out by a through ball every now and again, because, like I said, Wimbledon's back 3 or back 4 in this particular case are not as consistent as I would like. Every now and again, they get caught ball watching. They get 1-2 played around them, but for the most part, from what I noticed, they typically play better against a team that keep it on the ground than a team that plays it in the air. Anyway, ball on the left-hand side here from Peterborough. Wimbledon playing very well defensively right now. Playing better than I thought they would be playing. Having 10 men behind the ball. Forcing Peterborough to play it back to their center backs every now and again. But anyway, they're going to be playing it on the right-hand side here. Dembele plays a ball over to number 12. Number 12, yeah, Reece Brown on the right-hand side. One of them cuts it out for a throw-in here. Ball played into the box there from the air. Nightingale heads it clear. Rodoni tries to get around the defender there with a little flick over him, but unfortunately the defender was able to keep up there. I'm tired. I only got like 4 hours of sleep. Usually with these AFC Wimbledon games, I usually sleep at 12:30 to make sure that I don't wake up too tired or I don't oversleep or anything like that. But I came home from work and I'm like, I'm just gonna play a little bit of VR because I got a VR headset like last month, and I've just been playing Beat Saber and Echo VR. Those two games are so addicting. I played a little bit and I stayed up until 2. I'm like, fuck. I mean, I haven't been live streaming lately, and I may not even wake up for this game. But I don't want to disappoint you guys. I haven't done a live stream in quite a bit, so might as well. I haven't done a live stream in damn near a month, so I feel like I owe it to you guys. But I like doing this too. I like doing these live streams. It's not like I'm doing this like I'm like, oh, I have to do a live stream for my viewers. I don't want to. It's not that I don't want to. It's that I love sleep, and every now and again, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sleep in, and I'll just watch the game afterwards. But yeah, I felt like I had to do this. Like I had to do this. I haven't done a live stream in a little bit, especially considering since Wimbledon have had a lot happen to them lately. Notably with the new managerial change, Mark Robinson coming up from the academy team, and I already mentioned my thoughts about him in the beginning of the stream. To sum up my thoughts for those of you just coming in, yeah, of course. Thanks for coming out, Rahul. But anyway, to sum up my thoughts about Mark Robinson as the new interim manager, I do like the move. I do think that Glenn Hodges was a little bit too lenient with the team, and wasn't realistic with their strengths and weaknesses. Anyway, a through ball played over. Oof, it looked like a 3v3 there, 3v3 possibility there for Peterborough, but luckily the through ball was a little bit too heavy. Goes out for a goal kick, but I feel like Glenn Hodges was a little too lenient. And not to say that Mark Robinson is going to be like a super strict, like by the book type of manager, because he is a nice guy, and he's the type of guy that will develop a connection. He will develop a chemistry with a team. But I feel like he's going to be a good short-term move. I feel like he's going to be able to assess the strengths and weaknesses that Wimbledon have a little bit better. And what I like about Mark Robinson, I already said this earlier in my stream, but what I like about him is that he focuses on the future. He doesn't focus on the past. Like he got a question about Glenn Hodges and how his team was doing. Ooh, Joe Pigott actually was on the left-hand side. He made a through ball on the left-hand side instead of playing the usual hold-up play. Played a ball into the box to Jack Rodoni, and Jack Rodoni tried to get it on the volley there, but just missed out. But anyway, what I like about Mark Robinson is that he doesn't focus on the past. He even got a question about it. He's like, he was asked, what do you think about the team's form back in the day, back when Glenn Hodges was the manager? And he was like, you know what? I don't like to focus too much on that. I want to focus on the present. I want to focus on the future. And he has this system where he focuses 80% on the team and their own strengths and weaknesses, and 20% on the opposition. Only 20%. If you focus too much on the opposition, you can sometimes kind of shroud yourself in a cloud, and you're not going to be able to see as much around you because you have your head in the clouds. So I like that from Robinson, and I do think it's a good short-term move. And I'm not sure if the 4-2-3-1 is going to be a permanent move. If that's something that Robinson sees, he's like, hey, this 3-5-2 is not working. We got to play 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. Or if it's just a temporary move against Peterborough, who's playing a 3-4-3. That could very much be the possibility. But I do like the short-term move. Mark Robinson, interim manager. I do like this quite a lot. As for the game itself, to sum up these first 34 minutes, Peterborough looking dangerous, but not creating too many chances. But still looking dangerous with Dembele as the left mid. Smolix as the right mid, or the wingers actually, and Clark Harris, decent striker, very clinical, from what I know. But Wimbledon have created more chances in terms of shots on goal, but neither side converting on their particular chances here. 0-0 in the 35th minute. Very entertaining game so far. It hasn't been like some of the previous AFC Wimbledon games where they just nullify the other team and they don't create too many chances themselves. Notably that MK Dons game, it wasn't too exciting, but MK Dons were clinical. Anytime they created their chances, they converted, and that was a very disappointing game to say the least. Obviously, MK Dons is the team that shall not be named, I guess. AFC Wimbledon MK Dons. Bit of a rivalry going on there. A bit of hatred amongst the two sides. I know some fans that genuinely support MK Dons from Milton Keynes. I respect those fans. I know those fans are annoyed with AFC Wimbledon. They're like, they just keep talking shit, and what about us true MK Dons fans from Milton Keynes? I get that. And then obviously on the side of AFC Wimbledon, you took our club, we hate you, and to be fair, I don't like what happened. I don't like what transpired with Milton Keynes. To be fair, AFC Wimbledon were in a bit of a dire situation, right? They were sharing a stadium with Crystal Palace, and they weren't going to stay there for long. And the MK Dons owners found an opportunity, and they bought out the club, but to the detriment of the Wimbledon FC faithful out there. So disappointing that they lost against Milton Keynes. It would have been nice to win against the franchise there. But anyway, the ball on the right-hand side to Jack Redoni, forced to reset it. George Dobson plays it over to Guinness Walker, who's making a run on the left-hand side here. Takes a shot, actually. No, yeah, to be fair to him, there was nobody. There was Ethan Chislett making a run into the box there, but he was double-teamed there, so I don't think a pass would have been the right option there. Throw in for Peterborough there. A little disappointed that attack petered out there. Let's take a look at some of the results here. See if there are any updates. None in particular. Actually, never mind. Swindon 1-1 against Crewe Alexandra. Not the best result there for Wimbledon. Also, Northampton 1-1 currently against the Don. I was about to say the Dons. Milton Keynes Dons. The quote-unquote real Dons. Technically, on paper, they are the real Dons. I'm sorry. Anytime I bring up MK Dons, I'm always like super salty. I'm sorry. But yeah, 1-1 against the franchise. Okay, O'Neill making a run on the right-hand side here. Longman takes a touchdown, gets it over to his left foot. Oh. Yeah, he was looking for a shot on his right-hand side there, but there were 3 Peterborough defenders trying to cut off that shot, but then the touch to his left foot wasn't deep enough. I feel like he could have taken a touch kind of away from goal, but at least to avoid the pressure, because the first touch there was still kind of close to his body, took the shot was deflected, and cleared away by Peterborough. I like what I'm seeing from Wimbledon, though. I feel like I need to be a little bit more descriptive. Sorry, I can't speak right now. That typically happens anytime I wake up in the morning, or if I don't get enough sleep, or both. It's a combination of both right now, where I try to express my thoughts really quickly, so then I stumble on my words. But anyway, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more descriptive with my play-by-play. I feel like I haven't been too descriptive, because I know at least one of my viewers, Whale Rider 08, doesn't have iFollow, so I want to make sure I make my play-by-play as descriptive as possible. So Jack Redoni on the right-hand side tries to juke the defender out, but is forced to concede a throw-in, actually. It was a touch off the defender there, and it went off of Redoni. Anyway, left-hand side, Dembele beats O'Neill. Oh my God, that was such a good move from Dembele there, but luckily Alex Woodyard gets back and forces the play back. So now Wimbledon have 10 men behind the ball, but the ball's still at the top of the 18. Number 12 plays it over Reese. Oh, Dembele tries his luck from outside the 18, gets a shot, forces a save from Sam Walker, who beats it out. And then a low cross back inside the box, and Walker gathers. That was scary, because it looked like Dembele was setting it up for a cross there, but he takes a shot from the corner of the 18 on the left-hand side, and that was a very good shot. Forces a save from Sam Walker. A decent save from him in the end. It was a routine save, though. It was just a save to prevent any other danger. But it did fall to the feet of another attacker there who played it in, and Walker gathered once again. Woodyard in the middle here, trying to find somebody. Finds Guinness Walker. who ends up finding Ryan Longman on the left side. I find it interesting that he's starting on the right hand side, but he's moving side to side, moving laterally. That's what I like to see. You know, you don't want to be in a fixed position. Typically, you want to do that as a striker, but he's not playing a striker. He's playing a right mid. But I like to see that him and Rodoni are interchanging a little bit. To make it a little bit unpredictable for Peterborough. Unfortunately, wasn't able to create anything out of that particular exchange, and Peterborough intercept and foul on George Dobson. Yellow card for Dobson, actually, for impeding the play. It looked to me like Peterborough were about to break there. So good foul, good tactical foul there from George Dobson. Unfortunately, he receives a yellow. So he's going to have to be very careful from here on out. Don's doing a very good job of defending set pieces right now. I did give them a little bit of stick earlier in the stream. I said that they're not the best in terms of defending crosses and you know, defending teams that are very strong in the aerial battles, but they've been doing a very good job thus far, both on the offensive and defensive fronts in the air. When I say offensive, I mean there was one chance in which Ryan Longman headed it from a corner kick, and it was just wide. Anyway, 1-2 played around Nesta Guinness-Walker, number 23 for Peterborough, plays it along the ground. Oh, my God, that was a scary situation. Number 9, Clark Harris found himself at the top of the 18-yard box with an opportunity at goal there. He had a good look, tried to side-foot it, but whiffed it completely to the fortune of AFC Wimbledon there. That looked very scary. That was a very, very good attack there from Peterborough. 1-2 played around there. And cross to Clark Harris. He would have liked to have done better there, but luckily he didn't connect with that. Had he connected with that, he probably could have given Sam Walker some problems. Peterborough find the ball once again, though, to Reese Brown. Finds Joe Ward, I think his name is, on the right-hand side. Again, Wimbledon with 10 men behind the ball here. They've been playing very well defensively aside from that chance being given up there. Yeah. Gives my mind a little bit of a mental reset too, because that was a bit of a scary situation. Peterborough just playing it amongst their back four here. Plays it over to number 23, Ward. Dembele on the left-hand side, not able to create anything, forced to play it back to the center back there. Butler tries to play a ball in. Ooh, scary situation. Okay, there was a through ball played into the 18-yard box on the left-hand side there from, I think that was Smodics, yeah. And tackle came in there from Johnson. Got the ball there, to be fair, but it did look like a scary situation because Smodics did get brought down. But it looked to me like it was a fair tackle there from Johnson. Nothing doing there. Corner kick here for Peterborough, though, as a result. Hey, Myri. Interesting stat line here. 2 shots and 0 on target for Peterborough. 5 shots, 1 on target for Wimbledon. Like I said, Peterborough looking dangerous, but they don't have that much possession. Only 58% possession. I thought they would have a little bit more, but Sam Walker collects, well gathered there from the corner kick. Something I noticed from Connell Truman, he's a very good shot stopper, but he's not very good with set pieces. Anytime a corner kick would come in, he would have a hard time with it, whether he tries to punch it out and doesn't punch it clear far enough, or he stays inside his box. You know, he's not very good with dealing with set pieces, and I feel like Sam Walker will pick up the pieces, but that Connell Truman left with that particular character trait. So Sam Walker, decent. He's more of a traditional keeper, but he's very good at dealing with some of these set pieces. Very good in the air, and a decent shot stopper himself. I did label him as a traditional keeper, but he's a decent shot stopper as well. So we'll see what happens here in this corner kick for Wimbledon here. Jack Rodoni going to play it in. Goes above Nightingale there. Wasn't able to win the header. And Peterborough on the counter here, actually. Looks to me like it's a 4v4 situation here. Ward at the top of the box. He was offside, though. Okay, took a shot. It was deflected there from George Dobson. Way to go. Way to go, Dobson. Coming back and playing getting a good defensive play there. But it was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Anyway, halftime here, I like the way Wimbledon have played. I feel like Wimbledon have been the more dangerous side in this particular half. Still 0-0 though. I'm going to stop the timer here as I will get some breakfast. I'm going to bring it upstairs though, so just in case, you know, if I don't bring it into my room, you know, I may miss a little bit of the second half. So with that, I will be back. AFC Wimbledon 0-0, but like I said, they played very well. And I'll leave you guys on that note. I will be right back. my room. Is that okay?
Oh, you bring the stuff up here and you ask me if it's okay?
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm gonna clean up after myself if anything happens.
Well, I hope you don't do anything, Chuck, because it's.
Hello guys, I have returned. For a split second, I forgot I was streaming. Let's see. Am I on time? Perfect. Yes, they're about to start the second half. I'm right on time. I thought I was worried I was taking a little bit too long there, but we're chilling. We are chilling. I got my food. Let me see if I can pull up the chat here. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Let's go. Okay. So, to sum up that first half in, I don't know, 20 seconds or so, I'm a little surprised that Peterborough didn't create enough. Like, they only had 2 shots, 0 on target. It was a testament to how well Wimbledon played defensively in that particular half, and they created a couple of chances. One with a cross in the box with Ryan Longman heading it just wide. One with Joe Pigott getting a knockdown from a headed clearance with his chest. Volleyed it a little bit wide there, a little bit over the bar, a little bit wide. And Jack Rodoni getting a long shot from the outside too. Also, there was another chance that Longman had. Rodoni held the ball up, played a through ball inside the box, and Longman shot it over the bar with his weak foot. So 4 decent chances for Wimbledon in that particular half. Well, 3 decent chances and 1 like half chance from Jack Rodoni with that long shot. But yeah, I like the way they're playing right now, and I do see Wimbledon getting a goal here eventually if they keep this up. At the very least, they got to get one. What's on the menu today? Ham and cheese croissant with red pepper flakes on top because I like spicy stuff. And ice cream and banana. I know that sounds weird, but I do enjoy myself every now and again having some ice cream and banana. The particular ice cream, it's Rocky Road. I know that kind of sounds like a weird mix. Chocolate ice cream and banana? What? Are you crazy? Yeah, I'm crazy. I do like my favorite flavor of ice cream though to have with bananas, cookies and cream. Oh, so good. Cookies and cream and bananas. I would highly recommend. It's a really good combination. It's not necessarily a banana split though. I just chopped it up with a knife. I chopped up the banana in pieces with a knife. I feel like it's a lot easier to consume that way, personally. But I'm not sure, but I don't think banana splits are popular in the UK anyway. It's probably just an American thing from what I know, but yeah, it's my own little twist to a banana split. I love it. Anyway, I'm getting into the second half here. Hold on. Let me add the timer here real quick. Oof, a little scary. Okay, 46:12. Do we got the timer rolling? Yes, we do. Ball played on that left-hand side, number 3. Who's number 3? Yeah, Butler. Butler was making a run there, tried to play to the center, but it was cleared away. Throw in for Wimbledon. And now Wimbledon winning back with Alex Woodyard. He's holding the ball up on the corner kick flag, though, trying to get some support somehow. Gets Rodoni. Nicely done from Wimbledon, playing outside the back here. They booted up, though, in the end to Chislett. Yeah, it looked to me like it was Chislett, but Chislett, unfortunately, wasn't able to get a good first touch. Free kick here for Peterborough now. Not in a threatening position, but if they do win the knockdown here, they could get an opportunity. They just played around the back. Okay. Yeah, Peterborough, like I mentioned before, are not really much of an aerial team. They like to play it. They like to keep it on the ground. To be fair, though, they do have a couple of very dangerous players. They have a couple good players in Dembele. Clark Harris as the striker. Clark Harris, though, has not really been playing too well for Peterborough. Had a couple of chances. One of them, a roller along the 12-yard area on the ground and completely whiffed the shot there, to the fortune of Wimbledon there. So decent player, though. Usually, as I mentioned, Dembele gets a through ball play down the box, and that's a really good goal. That's a really good goal from Peterborough. Dembele made a run down the left-hand side. Very nice run. Pacey player, and then played a ball down the 6-yard box in an easy slot for Smodix. I think that was either Smodix or who was that exactly? Let me see. No, I think that was Ward, actually. Wait. No, that was Smodix. Yeah, that was Smodix in the finish. Yeah, 1-0 Peterborough. A bit unfortunate. Wimbledon played very well in that first half. Unfortunately, no reward. 1-0. Let me update that on let me update on that OBS here. That's unfortunate. I also noticed too. I don't want to jinx it, of course, but actually, I do want to jinx it. If you think about it, reverse psychology. But a lot of the times when I've done live streams, Wimbledon have lost. But a lot of the times when I'm like, I'll skip the live stream today, they've won. Either won or drew, except for the last 2 games against Doncaster and MK Dons, aside from the Wigan game. But I guess these streams are bad luck. Have I even had a stream in which they won a game? I think I've done 5 streams so far, and they've all been losses or draws, from what I remember. Yeah, there was the 1-1 draw against MK Dons a few months back. 2-2 draw. No, that the Doncaster game was it was a post recording. It wasn't a live stream. Crew Alexandra. It was 2-1. They lost that one. What else? Yeah, I don't think I've had a single live stream yet in which they've actually won. So hopefully that could change. It doesn't look to me like it's likely, especially since they are 1-0 down right now, but we'll see. This is kind of unfortunate, man, especially since it's in the relegation zone. This is getting really scary. But, Wimbledon fans, they're used to this. They've been here before, been there, done that. And I do believe in the boys that they will somehow find a way out once again. Starting in this particular game, though. Hopefully they find a way out of this particular hole. Bigot making a run after a clearance. Unfortunately, number 6 was back defending there. Very nicely defended there from Kent. Ball on the right-hand side here to Ward. Back over to the center of the box. A run on the left-hand side being made there. Jack Rodoni lost his man there, going backward. But he is able to cut it off again. Nicely done there from Jack Rodoni. Nestaginis Walker's been beat quite a bit on this left-hand side. And another through ball played. 2-0 Peterborough. Unbelievable. Ball was played around Nestaginis Walker. And Nightingale wasn't able to pick up the runner that came inside. Very nice run there from... That was Smodix again. Smodix on the score sheet for the second time in a row. Yeah, so it was a ball played from number 8, Taylor. Played it over to the right-hand side. Yeah, Nightingale, not ball watching necessarily, but he went over to help Guinness Walker in case there was a run being made down the right-hand flank, but the ball was played right inside the 18-yard box, and Nightingale wasn't in position to cut it off. And Smodix, bottom corner, left-hand side, very nice finish there from Smodix, and Wimbledon are 2-0 down. Very disappointing start to the second half, to say the least. As I chew on my croissant, I'm dying on the inside. It's a double-edged sword because this croissant's freaking good. So it's like I'm stress eating, I guess. But yeah, let me add that 2 onto the OBS scoreboard. My makeshift scoreboard, if you will. 2-0. Sad. Sadness. I'm the kind of person where I'm very optimistic, and I may come off as like I'm enjoying myself, but sometimes I like to counter stress or counter disappointment with, you know, a happy-go-lucky mood, you know. I try to put smiles on people's faces. Dembele making oh, God. Okay. That was scary. Dembele beat Johnson with his skill and his pace. Maybe not skill as much as pace, but on the left-hand side, played a little bit of an incisive pass down the 6-yard box. The shot was deflected, luckily. It was blocked. In the end there, could have easily been 3-0, but now Wimbledon on the counter with Guinness Walker plays it down to the right-hand side for Jack Rodoni. Jack Rodoni waiting for help, but for now he's going to take on the defender here, takes it to his left foot, his strong foot actually. Takes a shot there, but it was blocked. Took a little bit too long to take the shot there. I feel like he was trying to create some space to get a shot off, but in the end it was defended the entire way there from Peterborough. That's what you like to see from Rodoni, though. And now Luke O'Neill making a run down the right-hand side. Played from Rodoni. O'Neill, ball in the box. Piggott tries to get his foot on it. Ball was deflected, though, and it looks to me like it is out for a corner kick. Yeah, the goalkeeper gathered there, but he gathered it outside of the line. Corner kick for Wimbledon there. Aside from those 2 opportunities from Peterborough, I mean, they haven't really created too many other clear-cut chances, even though they have looked dangerous on a couple of them, with Dembele making a run down the left-hand side, for example. They didn't really create too many chances in that first half, and now already they created 2 or 3 clear-cut chances in this particular half. More than they created in that first half already, and it's only 10 minutes in. Very disappointing start defensively, to say the least, for AFC Wimbledon here. And I said AFC Wimbledon, I said their full name because that's how disappointed I am in them right now. Just in this half, though, not in the entire game. I can't be too mad because they've been playing pretty well across these 55 minutes, generally speaking. But scoreline doesn't say so. So it's all about the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. Possible changes. What do you think we should? What do you think should happen? Yeah, Robbo out. We were so keen on having Robinson in. We were like, yeah, Robinson, new interim manager, and then all of a sudden, Robbo out. You know, football fans can be pretty fickle, especially Arsenal fans. Back when why am I forgetting his name? Arsene Wenger. Yeah, back when Arsene Wenger was the manager for Arsenal, it was very bipolar. And it was like Team Wenger in and Team Wenger out. But whenever Arsenal would play well, you know, some of the Wenger out people would be like, you know what, Wenger's not too bad. But whenever Wenger whenever Arsenal would lose, some of the Wenger in crowd would be like, no, Wenger out, Wenger out. You know, football fans are pretty fickle, I gotta say. But yeah, in terms of possible substitutions, what do you think? Because they are playing well right now. So I think maybe they could make 1 substitution. I don't think they need to make 2, although I think 2 could work because they do have an extra substitution because of the new COVID policy. They have 4 substitutions. Maybe they could make 2 here. I'm trying to see who they could potentially have come in because offensively they're playing okay. I think Ryan Longman could come off honestly because he has had a bit of a disappointing outing thus far. Maybe move on to a 3-5-2 or a Okay, as I speak, Ethan Chislett's coming off here. Is that Shannon Harrison coming in? Is that your boy Shannon Harrison? Wait, I want to make sure that is Shannon Harrison. Shannon Harrison. Your boys come in. Shannon Harrison coming in for Ethan Chislett. Yeah, Chislett coming off not too bad. He hasn't found the ball as much as Piggott or Longman. So I guess they're going to continue to feed Longman, even though he has kind of not been too clinical with his chances thus far. They're going to be having Chislett come off here because he hasn't found the ball as much as, say, Ryan Longman. So they're going to keep feeding the beast in Ryan Longman here, feeding the beast in Joe Piggott, and then we're going to be seeing Shannon Harrison coming in, number 10. And that's a very big role to assume, too. Number 10? I think Adam Roscrow had that number before. I don't know if he's still on the team. I don't think he is. No, he is, I think. No, he's not. Maybe he's in the reserves. No, I don't think we have Adam Roscrow anymore. I haven't seen him in a while. Shannon Harrison assuming that number 10 role. That's a big, big role to fill. So there must be a lot of hype surrounding this particular guy. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what he does. Alexander O'Neill could work too. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it would be Harrison for Longman, but it is Harrison for Chislett. I do think that they could have Che Alexander come in. I'm not sure about Luke O'Neill. Out of the 4 defenders, I do say Luke O'Neill would be the defender to come off here. As we speak here again, ball played over to Dembele on the right. Yeah, Luke O'Neill. He's getting Wait, no, who's on the right? Is that? Yeah, it's Luke O'Neill. He's been getting beat quite a bit via the pace of Dembele here. And okay, here we go. On the ball here. Longman on the left-hand side. Takes a shot. It's good. Come on, no! The keeper made a save, but it bounced off his hand and it was rolling along the line there. But yeah, Shannon Harrison finally on the ball there off a through ball from the back there, a long through ball from the back. Shannon Harrison made a run, cut it to the left-hand side and played it over to Longman. And Longman with a left-footed effort there. And it looks to me like Shannon Harrison's already down. What happened there? I couldn't quite see. I think it was after he made the pass there. Maybe he tripped over himself. I couldn't quite see. But already Shannon Harrison's down. That's unfortunate. Sorry, for a split second I was speechless because I was trying to read the play. I'm like, come on. But yeah, just after coming in, Shannon Harrison finding himself with a dangerous opportunity. First time on the ball there, so that's what you like to see. The pace from Shannon Harrison and the run off the ball too was brilliant. It was a brilliant run off the ball there from Shannon Harrison and finding Ryan Longman with another decent opportunity there. But as we speak, Shannon Harrison is down and he could be coming off here. I hope not. I hope he doesn't come off, but oof, rough. One second. I'm going to take this opportunity to grab something real quick because this is going to take a couple minutes. So I'll be back in a minute. Hold on. Okay, I came back and the news is not very good. He's still down. Dobson is still down. He has the medical team attending to him right now, and it looks to me, oh no, shit. Yeah, he's gonna be brought off on a stretcher. It looks to me like. Oh man, that's so disappointing. I mean, you don't want to see anybody getting injured like that, but especially a young prospect like Shannon Harrison making his debut. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's okay. Us AFC Wimbledon fans are used to pain. We're used to suffering. Wait, I gotta pull up a meme real quick. I gotta pull up a meme while I'm at it, just to lighten up the mood a little bit. That one meme where hold on. It's like where somebody's crying, but then they put on a mask. Wait, copy image address. That's the one I'm talking about. That's me right now, and that's every AFC Wimbledon fan in the middle of this season. Anytime that they have this really good run of form, or at least a decent run of form in the beginning of the season, and then in the middle of the season when they start dropping points left and right. That's every AFC Wimbledon fan right there. But then that is every AFC Wimbledon fan currently as we watch Shannon Harrison getting carried off on not a stretcher, but like, you know, one of those. Yeah, it's a stretcher. Yeah. But yeah, it's a sad time. Sad time. I want to see what happened. Let me rewind again. I want to see exactly how he got injured there, because it looked a little innocuous at first. Yeah, so it was a ball from Joe Pigott, who with his left foot. Oh yeah, it was a challenge off the ball. It wasn't a foul or anything. It was just a defender accidentally colliding with him. I think he stepped. No, it was him stepping on another player's foot, and he might have rolled his ankle. But it wasn't like an actual ankle roll where it like hurts for. It wasn't one of those ankle rolls where it hurts for 5 to 10 minutes and they can walk it off. I do think he genuinely injured his ankle pretty badly in that particular situation. At least that's what it looked to me like. That's at least what it looked to me was the case there. Who's going to be coming in? He is coming off, obviously, and then it's going to be Che Alexander coming in here. So yeah, another player that you mentioned that could potentially come in has come on. Che Alexander coming in here, playing in place of Harrison. Let's see what kind of pace he can bring to the team here. But yeah, that happens in basketball every now and again, where someone shoots, and then it usually happens if the defender is a dirty one. They stick their foot out intentionally so that the shooter would land on their foot and roll their ankle. That's actually what happened to someone named Kawhi Leonard a few years ago, back when he was playing for the San Antonio Spurs. Not to be confused with Tottenham Hotspur, but Yeah, that's what happened. There was this player in the Golden State Warriors. I forgot his name, but yeah, he stuck his foot out to intentionally to try to injure Kawhi Leonard, and then he rolled his ankle and he was out for the rest of the playoffs, and they ended up losing that series, the Spurs. So yeah, very dirty, I gotta say. But ankle rolls are not fun. Anyway, ball another situation where Pickett is the hold-up player here with Jack Redoni again taking it to his left foot. I would like to see him a little bit less predictable, though. He plays it over to Ryan Longman on the right-hand side. Peterborough are always going to try to force him to his left foot. They're going to cut that out every single time. So play forced to reset over to George Dobson here. Ball played on the left-hand side of Che Alexander, who's going to whip it in here. Header one there by number 5 for Peterborough. Beavers. I had to look him up for a second. Nice tackle there from Alex Woodyard to cut off a potential counter-attacking opportunity. Now the ball's on the right-hand side from Ryan Longman. Plays the ball in. Couldn't find anybody there. Just a little bit ahead of Joe Piggott, who was making a run inside the box. Time's winding. Time's winding for AFC Wimbledon right now. Sorry, I'm just checking something out real quick. On the Discord. Discord's more of a gaming type of social media, though. It's used by gamers, but sometimes non-gamers use it too. Because it's a very good messaging platform, I'm not going to lie. Although every now and again Discord has these outages because a lot of people use it at the same time. That's one of the only problems I see with it. Anyway, I digress a little bit. It's just a game of kickball now. Both teams are just hoofing it upfield now. Okay. Wimbledon have it. They're trying to play around with Guinness Walker and with Che Alexander. Alexander gives it away, though, as he tried to hold it up. Free kick for Peterborough about 27, 28 yards out here. I don't think it's far enough for it to be dangerous in terms of shot. I mean, if somebody has a cannon for a leg, they could easily put this in the back of the net. But 9 times out of 10, this is going to be... The keeper could save this one if it's... It has to be perfect. From this distance, this free kick has to be perfect with placement and power. We'll see what happens, though. It looks like he's lining up for a shot, potentially. Number 23, Joe Ward. Free kick savant for Peterborough. Plays it in, actually. Header one. Longman tried to chase it down. Ward plays it back into the box once again. The ball headed straight up in the air. Luckily, it fell to the feet of Will Nightingale, and he draws the foul. Nice tackle there from Jack Redoni. Now they're on the break. Joe Piggott at the top of the box trying to hold it up for somebody here. Alex Woodyard plays it to the left-hand side. Went past Guinness Walker out for a throw-in for Peterborough. That's a shame. It was a good cutout by Jack Redoni there, but unfortunately wasn't able to make an incisive enough of a play there. He had to play it a square ball over to Piggott, who played a square ball over to Woodyard, who played a square ball over to Guinness Walker, and it just went past him. So, yeah, Wimbledon not incisive enough with that particular possession. 73 minutes in, down 2-0. You would like to see them be a little bit more aggressive here, a little bit take more risks. I say that sitting on my chair. It's easier said than done here. But yeah, it is what it is. I can't be too upset with Wimbledon because the first half they played fairly well, but this second half they haven't really created much of anything. And if I look grumpy or if I look tired, it's because I am tired because I only got like 4 hours of sleep, but still staying positive here. Gonna take a look at some other results here. Maybe there is a light at the end of the tunnel here. Maybe some teams that are below them in the table or just above them are not playing too hot. We'll see. If I can even load the thing. Come on. You know you want to. Okay. Guinness Walker on the left, trying to make a move. Holding it up on the corner kick flag, tries to cut it inside once again, but unfortunately it was cut out. Cleared away by Peterborough. Tried to make a run down the goal line there, but he was cut out pretty easily. Swindon and Crewe 1-1. Wigan and Lincoln 1-1. Sunderland 0-2 against Sunderland 2-0 against Burton. 2-2 MK Dons in Northampton. Very interesting game to say the least. But needless to say, all the teams around them are still getting a better result than Wimbledon. You know, draws are better than losses. It looks to me like Wimbledon are now tied for the topmost relegation spot against Swindon. I know they have the advantage, I think, because of goal difference. Yeah. By 1. They have 1 extra goal in the goal difference. -20 versus -21 for Swindon. So very dire circumstances. But AFC Wimbledon have only played 27 games. Swindon and Wigan right below them, 29. Northampton, Bristol, Rochdale, 29, 28, 29 respectively. So still okay. You know, they had a couple of games postponed due to COVID, so they're still okay here, hopefully. Ben Hennigan possibly coming in. Rumors being circulated in the AFC Wimbledon bench here. You know, that could be good in terms of an aerial threat, but Ben Hennigan is a defender after all, and I'm not sure if we need that right now. Or maybe we can have Ben Hennigan come in, and we could play a 3-5-2. We can have Nesta Guinness Walker and Che Alexander play the outside mids in a 3-5-2. We can have Nightingale, Johnson, and Ben Hennigan playing in the 3. That could work. And then we could have Dobson and Woodyard play more of center mid roles than defensive mids. I think all of that could work potentially with a formation shift and with Ben Hennigan coming in potentially for Alex Wood. No, Alex Woodyard has played well defensively. I don't think Alex Woodyard should come off here. I'm interested to see. Okay, Ben Hennigan's coming on. Jaakko Oksanen's gonna come on and then 3 substitutions actually. Paul Ossu coming on as well. So Wimbledon using all 3 of the rest of their substitutes here. It's gonna be Johnson coming off for Ben Hennigan. Jack Redoni for Jaakko Oksanen. And George Dobson for Paul Ossu. Okay. not a bad sub. I think this is you know, having three substitutes come on at one is always going to be a bit speculative. But I mean, considering that they're 2-0 down and they haven't really created much of anything in the second half, I do think that a change like this is necessary. We haven't seen too much of the Finnish superstar Jaakko Oksanen this season. Um, Hopefully he can create a chance or two here. And then Paul Ossu, I don't know. I know he's been a part of the club for a while, but he hasn't really played too much for this side. He's been, a hard-stuck bench player for us. So I'm going to have a little bit more exposure to him and his style of play here. See, I don't know too much about him, so let's see how well he plays. But Ben Hennigan, our back three / back four has been shifting a lot this season. Terrell Thomas was a starter in the beginning of the season. Now he's barely had any minutes. That notably with Darnell Johnson coming in on loan from Leicester. He's a very solid defender himself. Hasn't really played too well today though. Got beat a couple of times. But to be fair, Peterborough have played very well in the second half. Dembele has been such a solid player, solid threat. And then Smodek's very clinical with his finishing. But, we'll see what happens here. Free kick from Peterborough around 27, 28 yards out. They're going to be whipping this in. Ooh, nicely defended from Will Nightingale, cutting it off. It was about hip height. Got a little bit of a clearance there, and now we're breaking the right hand side with Nesta Guinness Walker making a run. Paul Ossu trying to look for that run trying to look for the pass as well, but unfortunately the defender was right there, so forced Guinness Walker to cut back inside. Plays it over to the left hand side. Down the middle now to Jaakko Oksanen. Oksanen plays a long ball to the right hand side. First time from O'Neill. That was kind of a laced cross, but it went just past Joe Pigott, who was making a run there. Decent cross there. I like that idea. Laced into the box. I like that. And it's a corner kick. It was partially. I think the cross was deflected actually. The cross from Luke O'Neill was partially deflected. So interesting first time there. Corner kick. Let's see if they can create something out of nothing here. Corner kick. That was a nice ball, but unfortunately, nobody was aware enough. It was right at the top of the 6, towards the other corner of the 6. If somebody was making a back post run there, they could have knocked it down. But unfortunately, Wimbledon were just not on the same page. That was a perfect ball. I'm surprised nobody made that back post run. Disappointment, I gotta say. Yeah, I think they might have been expecting that near post run. Maybe in the training ground they do a lot of near post corner kicks in which they get a flick on to the near post, or they get a flick on to somebody that's making a run. I think they were half expecting a near post ball there. If it was, a regular set piece in which you have someone run in the near post, someone run the back post, someone run as a a couple people running in at the top of the 6 as a garbage player, that could have been a good play, but unfortunately they were all expecting that near post ball. Now the ball's with Dembele on the left-hand side, cuts it to his right foot, plays a nice incisive pass over the top. Oh my God. Okay, luckily Smonic didn't get his hat trick there. It was a nice little, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of how to explain this. He locked his foot, and it was like a backspin. Put a lot of backspin on that ball, but luckily Smonic didn't catch it very sweetly at the top of the 18 there, and wayward effort there from Smonic. Looking for his hat trick there, didn't get it. It was like a slicing ball. That's what I meant to say. It was like a slicing ball with the laces. Got underneath the ball. It was a really nice ball from Dembele, who's been the most dangerous player for Peterborough. I know Smonic has 2 goals, but in terms of chance creation, Dembele, anybody with the last name Dembele, is going to be dangerous. I don't mean to be, to generalize people like that, but Dembele's been solid. Ugh. And yeah, in regards to play-by-play commentary and just these streams in general, I don't want to be too biased. Obviously, you know, I'm a Wimbledon fan, so of course I'm going to be happy if they score. I'm going to be disappointed if they don't score. But I want to keep my play-by-play fairly neutral. And if I see something that the other team does that they they strike the ball really well, and it's like a top corner, top bins finish, or if somebody plays a really nice ball, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's a good ball. But on the inside, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, here we go. But I love the game. It's just my love for the game. If I see something awe-inspiring, I'm gonna express my I'm gonna express my awe. But yeah, I want to make sure if there are any Peterborough fans, or for example, if Wimbledon are playing Swindon Town, I'll be, if any Swindon Town fans are coming in, I want to make sure that my commentary / play-by-play is at least, I want to make sure that my commentary in general is at least suitable for them to watch too. I don't want people to watch somebody like, super biased in regards to the team that I'm cheering for. So I want my commentary to be universal to anybody that wants to come in, from any team, from any fan base. Anyway, free kick here for Peterborough at the top of the midfield circle here. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to create anything here because Wimbledon have won a lot of the aerial battles here, but it's been the 1-2s, it's been the through balls, it's been the balls down. Okay. As I say that, they play up through ball through the air, and Ward knocked it down. I'm like, that would have been a nice jinx. I say that they play the ball along the ground, and now they get a through ball in the air, but it was offside anyway. But anyway, I'm running out of things to talk about, guys. I'm sorry. I'm rambling at this point. Whenever you watch football, sometimes you just run out of things to talk about. Normally you watch football, you're just so engraved in the game, you don't really talk too much. But if you're doing a live stream like what I'm doing, you gotta keep it entertaining. But at the same time, I don't want to ramble. I don't want to make small talk too much. So anyway, Clark Harris with the ball here. That's a nice ball over to number 15. Is he gonna get his hat trick, Smodic? Didn't. He took a touch around Sam Walker, but unfortunately that touch was a little too heavy, and he tried to get it inside towards goal, but unfortunately ran out of room. Fortunately, I should say, as an AFC Wimbledon fan, that was a really nice ball from Clark Harris over to Smodic, and Smodic is desperately looking for that hat trick. I gotta say, he is absolutely hungry for it. You can hear the sigh at the end. That's what I mean when I say I want to be impartial. So I want to be as enthusiastic over a Peterborough attack as a Wimbledon attack. But then at the end I'm like, as because I don't want to be too impartial. I don't want it to make it seem like I'm cheering for the other team. Anyway, a ball played in from I think that was Paul Osu, and Joe Piggott was on that attack, tried to win the header, and won the header, but then it deflected off of another player's head out for a corner kick. Excuse me. If they don't score off of this one, then I don't see any way back. It is the 87th minute, and time is ticking for AFC Wimbledon. Time has already been ticking for a while now. And if they don't win this one, if they don't get a goal here, another nice ball. But there was a foul before the play, or foul during the play. Damn it. Free kick for Peterborough. That's a head scratcher. Very preventable. Even though nobody won the header for Wimbledon there, the first header was won by Peterborough. You still don't want to see a foul out off the ball there. A very good opportunity to convert a chance off a corner kick at this stage. You don't want to give away a silly foul like that. Sadness. Disappointment. Dembele on the ball again. Okay. Luke O'Neill actually cut it off this time. I was afraid that Dembele was going to just touch it around him because Luke O'Neill, unfortunately, has not had the most fun of times in this particular game because Dembele is such a dangerous player, such a pacey individual, has found himself getting around Luke O'Neill on several occasions. And fair play to Dembele, too. Not only does he make those runs down the left, but he sometimes cuts inside to make his attacking threat a little bit more unpredictable. And he's been up and down, man. He's been all over the place today. And Peterborough fans will be very, very happy with the way that Dembele has performed today. I'm tired. Very tired. Oh. So Peterborough played a long ball, and Smotrich found himself on the right hand side, played a ball inside, and the shot was deflected. I gotta make sense of this play. So Ward made a run down the right hand side. Ward made a run down the right hand side, but then he made a cut inside as Smotrich was on the ball. Smotrich played it to the center. Ward took a shot. The keeper saved it partially, but then it deflected off of another player and it trickled into the goal. 3-0 Peterborough. Just to cap off a very, very disappointing second half for AFC Wimbledon. The first half, complete polar opposites. First half was great. First half, Wimbledon, they didn't come out of the gates right away. They didn't come out firing necessarily. It took them 15 to 20 minutes to get going. But they nullified Peterborough's attack in the first 15 minutes, and they created several good chances in that first half. Weren't able to convert on any of them. And then, second half, defensively, kind of, I wouldn't say it was a complete collapse, but I feel like their front three was just really dangerous on their day, to be fair. The front three, maybe aside from Clark Harris, who wasn't really clinical enough with his chances. To be fair to Clark Harris, he has played a couple of good balls into Smotrich, to Dembele. He's been the hold-up player for them, and both Smotrich and Dembele very dangerous. And also Joe Ward every now and again making a run from the right-hand side too. All of the following players I just mentioned have played very well for Peterborough. I'm going to say that they played... It was more of a case of Peterborough playing well than Wimbledon playing poorly. But it's still disappointing that Wimbledon didn't continue with that momentum from the first half, as in terms of offensive chance creation, they were kind of lacking. They were kind of struggling in that department in the second half. So it is what it is. 9 minutes of extra time, obviously, because of that injury to Shaden Harrison. Very unfortunate, too, that Shaden Harrison came on. His first touch of the ball was one from Joe Pigott, a through ball, and then he found himself in a 2v2 situation and played it over to Ryan Longman, who got a shot, and it kind of bounced off the side of the keeper's palm, and it was trickling along the line. Luckily for Peterborough, or luckily for the Peterborough keeper there, he was able to gather after that initial save. But that was really the only chance of the half there for Wimbledon, and of course, Shaden Harrison got injured in that same exact play. I think he stepped on somebody's foot and he twisted his ankle really badly in that particular play. And ankle twists are not fun. They're not fun at all, guys. I gotta say that. I've twisted my ankle a couple of times as a goalkeeper. It's not fun. Oof. If they don't get a goal within the next 3 minutes or so, I feel like it's safe to just close out of the game, honestly. I'm usually very optimistic, but right now I'm just kind of dead on the inside. I'm also really tired. I'm like running on 4 hours of sleep. I'm like, I'm gonna take a fat nap after this one. Ugh. I was planning on watching some other games like Premier League and stuff, but I'm tired as shit, dude. I'm just gonna take a fat nap after this. Peterborough have the ball once again among their back four. They play a ball to Dembele. Defense caught sleeping once again. Luke O'Neill lost his man, but now he's on the center. Ben Hennigan trying to defend Dembele there. Shot deflected there. The ball just going every which way. I think another clearance from Wimbledon attempted there. Deflected off of the Peterborough player, but it was called offside regardless. Let's look at the other results, actually, now that we're at it. Okay, not too bad. Wigan are now losing. They did have the equalizer against Lincoln, but Lincoln, of course, they are a strong side. They're going to score eventually. They're at the top of the table. They want to keep their place in the top of the table as best as possible. They are now leading against Wigan here, 2-1. Swindon 1-1 still. Burton 2-0. You know, Burton's a terrible team. They're getting relegated. 100% getting relegated. Although they won their last two, so they're in a decent run of form. They beat Northampton 2-0. Hull City 1-0. Bit of a surprise there. But they are down 2-0 against Sunderland, especially with a red card for Burton. So still decent results around the table for AFC Wimbledon. 2-2 Northampton MK Dons. 0-0 Rochdale versus Plymouth. So it's not horrible. They got to build off this, though. Especially since they are one game down. They can build off this for sure. But they got to make sure that the next game that they play against... Okay, let's take a look at their next few games, actually. They're playing at Gillingham. They have a very good record against Gillingham in the past few seasons. Playing at Plough Lane. Their next two games will be at Plough Lane. One against Gillingham, one against Hull. Hull's a strong side, though. Last time they did play against Hull around the beginning of the season, it was actually one of the best games they played all season, even though they lost 1-0. They created several chances. Missed them, though. Notably, Jack Rodoni with a chance at like the 6-yard box, and he somehow missed out on it. But that could have been his first goal of the season for Rodoni. But yeah, they played very well. Hull City only created a couple of chances, even though they possessed the ball quite a bit, only created a few chances, but they were clinical. It's all about the clinical. As a striker, you got to be clinical. Clinical. That's like the number one most important adjective, the most important quality, character trait to have as a striker is having that clinical nature. But anyway, they're going to play Shrewsbury and Blackpool away from home after that. Two decently winnable games there. And then they're going to be playing Burton at Plough Lane. So the schedule isn't too rough for the next 2 weeks or so. So hopefully AFC Wimbledon can build off of... well, not really build off because this is a loss, but hopefully they can learn from this loss and move forward, keep their heads high. Yeah, still 3 minutes to go here. I'm gonna ride it out. I'm not gonna turn the stream off, even though there's no way back here for Wimbledon. Just try to get the goal difference up a little bit. Just try to play for pride here. Maybe get a consolation. Yeah, I'm gonna ride it out to the end, guys. I'm just getting ready for my fucking nap. Ugh, I'm dead. Not to say that I didn't enjoy this stream. Anytime I watch AFC Wimbledon or any football match for that matter, I enjoy myself. I'm a sporty guy. I like a lot of different sports. I like basketball. I like football, American football. I like hockey, soccer, MMA. Motorsports like Formula One and NASCAR. I'm very open-minded when it comes to sports. But nothing beats a good game of football. Maybe not, League One. It's not the best quality in the world. But, Premier League, Serie A, Champions League. Nothing beats that, honestly. And I know some Americans, they don't like soccer because it's quote unquote boring. It can be boring every now and again if it's a 0-0 or something like that, or if both teams are too defensive and they're not creating enough chances. But it can be pretty exciting, especially if you're a supporter. And obviously, football creates some of the most emotional moments out of any sport I can think of, really. Unfortunately, it requires fans. Fans are half the battle with these emotional moments. And I can't wait for the day in which we can finally have full capacity at these stadiums again. Because let's be honest, football as well as sports in general are not the same without fans. Fans make up half the battle, honestly. Especially with football, especially with European football. Like, fans are everything, really. But yeah, anyway. 20 seconds to go. I'm going to be writing it out until the final whistle, but I'm not really going to be saying much else. As soon as the game ends, I'm just going to say one or two things and end it there, because I'm looking forward to my nap right now. Not much to say, really. First half was great. Second half was disappointing. I'll point out a couple of individual performances for AFC Wimbledon. Joe Pigott he had one chance at goal, and it was a chest touch and a volley. But he didn't play poorly. He created a lot of chances, did the same his same usual hold-up play, played a very nice ball from the left-hand side, played a nice through ball with his weak foot over to Shane and Harrison. That was the through ball from Joe Pigott right before Harrison got injured. Very nice play there. Played a couple of decent through balls over to Ryan Longman, to anybody that was on the attacking end. Joe Pigott, I'd say, did what he needed to do in this particular game. Unfortunately, didn't get too much help from his other players attacking wise. Ryan Longman had a very nice chance in the first half. Found himself around the 10-yard area. Skied it with his left foot, though. It was a good through ball there from Jack Rodoni, who was playing the hold-up play in that particular scenario. Jack Rodoni played well in the first half. Second half, nowhere to be found, really. Same goes for Ethan Chislett, who did come off. Overall, though, disappointing performance. I will keep the faith. Thank you for the kind words there, Whale. Keep the faith. AFC Wimbledon will stay up this season, as usual. It's been a bit of a pattern so far these last few seasons in League One. But hopefully they can just hold their own and stay up until they get more funding, more money. Because even though football is a great sport, at times it can be about the money. If you're like Man City, right? You're a mid-table to borderline relegation team, and you get all this money being pumped in from Saudi Arabia. You can be a good team. I sound a little salty, but yeah, if Wimbledon can continue to stay in League One, I do think eventually they'll make a push to the championship. I do see AFC Wimbledon gaining more popularity over time, and I do think that AFC Wimbledon over the long term will be a good side. As for this particular season, I do think that they will stay above relegation. I do think that they have enough kinship and chemistry within the side, and that they have a lot of heart. The players in this team have a lot of heart, and I do think they'll place, 20th, 19th, 18th. Maybe not 18th. That's pushing it a little too much. And Northampton ended up getting the victory. I think they got a last-minute goal against MK Dons, which is good because fuck the Dons, not the Dons. Fuck Milton Keynes. They are not the Dons. Don't call them the Dons. They are not the Dons. But anyway, they are in 14th MK Dons, so honestly, it's better for Northampton to win. But, I wouldn't mind a Milton Keynes loss. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for coming along, everybody. I'll see you guys. When do they play again? Do they play Tuesday? Hold on. I got to check this real quick. Tuesday. No. Yeah, Tuesday. Against Gillingham.